Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to everyone tuning in from here on Facebook, Twitter, rather, YouTube, everyone from all around the world, and welcome to Phillip Island for the final round of the Indus Esports Network Switch Up Series. Joining me in the booth once again is my good friend Peter Gretton. Peter, mate, welcome tonight, and round 12, here we go. It's come really, really quick.
Yeah, it has, Aidan. Good evening to you. Good evening to the viewers, and of course PJ in the background. Well, what a way to end, and you're going to see lots of people doing that. Oh, probably not that dramatic throughout the field of throughout the race, but you're definitely going to see off tracks here. I think it's going to be a big thing. But round out the season, it's been a good one, and it's going to be a good race tonight.
Yeah, it will be. Unfortunately, we round in a bit of a wrong setup tonight for the guys, so it's going to be a bit tricky, but it's the same for everyone. But we've got no other but Ruben Phelps, my teammate in Crank Esports, up in the booth at the moment. Ruben, have you got a copy, mate? Are you ready to take the guys for a lap around Phillip Island in the Legend?
Yeah, I am. I just had to get out of the pits because we'll run out of time to be able to do a full lap. Because time will run out by time, so I thought I'll start taking off.
That's all right, mate. You go around your warm-up lap now, and we will jump on board with you when you get across the line. And feel free to talk them through the lap as you start rolling up. At the moment, there's still 2.5 minutes left, but it is a long lap around here in the Legends, as we know. So just get into it and get ready to bring the viewers for a lap around Phillip Island in the Legend. So, Peter, while Ruben just navigates his way around the back end of the lap before he takes the viewers around, what are you looking forward to the most tonight, mate?
Well, these little cars, you can hear them. They're little pocket rockets, and when you get them in a little group, they sound like a what do you call it? Like a patch of bees just following you, and it sounds awesome. 3, 4, 5 wide, that sort of action. Everyone knows that I like door-to-door action, and you're going to see it, and that's what I'm looking forward to tonight, especially at the start of the race, and if there's any safety cars, any restarts. So the door-to-door action, Aidan, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with that, Peter. But Ruben, mate, the floor is all yours. You're about to come across around the final corner on to the main straight, so we'll go in car with you, and you take us for a lap around Phillip Island.
Right, so we're heading down the main straight. Heading down into fifth gear. It doesn't feel so fast. Going to fifth gear, only going 113 miles per hour, or I'm not sure what's in kilometers. Going into fifth. Now as you slowly lift off, get down to, I like to go down to about fourth gear to get around. Then just pop it back under fifth. Then drop it to fourth into this corner. Turn 2. And sometimes you can go into 3, but for this lap, I'm just going to stick it in fourth. Slowly get back on the throttle, get back into fifth gear once the red light flashes. As we come into the sharp hairpin of turn 3 or 4, hit the brakes, back into second. Keep it nice and close to the curb, then out to the curb and back to third off the exit. So, some people may go into second, but it's best to stick it into third for here to keep it as close to the curb as possible. Get back on the gas, hit fourth. As you go down through the S's up here, then of course you go up to the blind section of the course, down to fifth gear. Slowly get back off the throttle into fourth. Keep it nice and tight. Oh, and we've run out of time. Look at that.
Yeah, we did, unfortunately, there, Ruben. But thank you for making yourself available on the lap there, mate. That was really good. We're a little bit late on jumping you in there, but P2 in practice so far. So looking good for you on absolute lap pace at the moment. So we wish you all the best in qualifying, and thank you again for making yourself available.
Yeah, no problem.
That was a good lap there from Ruben, Aidan. He unfortunately run out of time, but I think one thing just quickly before we get the grid and that up and they finish their laps off. Oh, that was the end of practice. Sorry, I thought we were getting into the grid, Aidan.
No, that's all right, mate. You're getting too excited. We're getting
Too
too
excited for the
excited.
race. Too
Too
excited for
excited.
the race. But
Yeah, definitely.
off tracks is going to be a key here, and throttle control. And I think Ruben summed it up nicely there when he said best off keeping it in the higher gear, because you don't want to be facing the wrong way. It doesn't take much of these little things, but it's still going to be a good race. But they got to watch it. The grass seems to be downhill on this track.
Yeah, definitely. As we see Shannon Wright there, Shannon Wright with a purple sector straight up at the moment. We've only seen greens in behind with Josh Mickelmore, Jamie Nankervis and Rob Fletcher with greens. So Shannon Wright with a great start to his lap as he comes out at the moment. We'll see where this puts him up. It's a green sector now. I don't know whether I'm reading that wrong, but it was purple earlier. Now it's gone to green. There's another couple of minutes till we see Shannon Wright, another purple sector into sector 2 at the moment. So Shannon's doing a great job. Now it's gone back to green. I don't know what's going on here. It goes purple then green. I can't keep up. Jamie Nankervis has went purple, now green. So, yeah, no idea how many sectors there are, Paul, in my ear at the moment. But let's let these guys get their couple of laps done. They're only on their out laps at the moment. That's probably why I'm getting really confused with the purples and greens. So let's just settle in for a couple of minutes, Pete, and see what these guys have to bring to the table. Yeah, and as we've discussed, ladies and gentlemen, previous to the broadcast, we were going to bring to you tonight a double race with reverse grid for the final round, but unfortunately iRacing would not allow us to do that in iRacing fashion. So it's a 30-lap race tonight. It is double points for every position in the 30-lap race. But what we have also decided to do, because we couldn't do the double race, is 100 points for pole, 5 points less there on down. So qualifying at the top or qualifying strong is going to be really, really good for your championship. And that's what we bring to you here on the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series. It is a switch up. And I know sometimes you can come in and not know what you're going to get, but that's what it is. It rewards consistency, and we've got Josh Mickelmore at the top of the championship at the moment. Other drivers that were at the top have not joined, so that's hurt their championship, but we are here, as we always are, on a Friday night at 7:30 p.m. on the InterSim Esports Network, bringing you all the action for the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series. And, of course, before we go and start calling the qualifying, Peter, we need to make a big shout-out to all our sponsors, TP Graphics, for bringing us the random draw for paints. We haven't done that for the last couple of weeks, but we will promise you that all these drivers will get that. It's just been a little bit busy. Short Shift Sim Racing Magazine has got on board and supported us as well. So thank you to Devon Stove and all those guys. Get on their Facebook page and get amongst it. Also Vision Images, bringing all the images that you do see. Again, we've been a little bit slack on that, but with time and everything, but we will get all those images out there for everyone to love. So Virtual Motorsport Mentor and Chris Purnell, free driver training session at the end of this series to a random draw. Voodoo Vinyls and Signs, who's bringing us all the wonderful trophies who we're sending across Australia and around the globe. And if I think rightly, Peter, we might be sending one across the ditch at the moment. So we'll see how tonight goes. Simshed Broadcasting giving us the free set of gloves to go to a random driver as well. Locked On Lads for all their support through their podcasts and everything they do for the sim racing and iRacing community. Thank you so much to you guys, and Mayhem 4x4 Mechanical for giving $100 towards iRacing credits for random drivers for this series. So, Peter, mate, we're nearly 5 minutes into qualifying for the final round here at the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series, and currently we see the man that we always see when it comes to road at the top, Sam Katakazunos.
Yeah, Sammy K, he's definitely popular. He likes these cars. He likes this track as well. And as he's seen in previous rounds throughout the season, that he's very strong when it comes to road. Feels a little bit out of place when it gets to dirt, but he still gets out there, has a crack. But he's top of the times, just over halfway in quali. So he's going to be a strong contender tonight.
Yeah, he most definitely will. Josh Mickelmore, the current leader of the championship up there in P2. Norman Clark having a really, really solid drive in P3 at the moment in qualifying, who is actually third or fourth in the championship. So really, really solid there by Norman. As we see Shannon Wright there jump up into P3 to knock Norman Clark off. Jake Skilton has jumped up into P5. Robbie Fletcher, P6. Tristan Koch in P8, as it's just moving so fast at the moment, Peter. I'm not sure whether I need to commentate on this at the moment because it's going so quick.
Yeah, well, they're swapping and changing. Some guys are even pulling up already. So Sammy K's got a purple. Well, he did have purple in the first sector, but as it stands, he has got the fastest lap of the race. And with what have we got? 3.5 minutes to go. It's a very long lap here. 1 minute 50 odd to get around one lap. So probably maybe one more flyer, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm not sure who we're on board with at the moment, but we're on board with Sean King, I believe, as he's running around. Ruben Phelps hasn't set a time as well in 12th, who was second in practice. So these guys might move their way up to the top of the leaderboard as we move into the final 3 laps of practice 3 minutes of qualifying as we see Ruben Phelps. So this will be his quick lap right now. So let's stay on board with Ruben Phelps for his quick lap. Looks like the way he's positioning his car, that might have been his quick lap. Let's have a look. And no, it doesn't. It looks like that was his quick lap. That's all he had. So Ruben Phelps, second in practice, back to P10 in qualifying. So not the best lap there for Ruben, Peter.
Yeah, that's surprising too, because as it stands with the switch up series and the awarding points for qualifying for the last round here tonight, so he misses out on a bit of points for his championship starting back in 10th. But I wonder what went wrong.
Yeah, don't know. We'll have to have a chat to him after the end of the race. That's probably hurt him about 80 points, I'd think, by qualifying back then. But great job by Sam Katakouzanos up there in P1, Josh Mickelmore in P2. Those guys will be fighting for this championship with who's entered tonight. So great job by Sam there, but a great job by Josh as well. He's not going to let this championship get away. I think he wants it, and he knows how to win it. Shannon Wright there in P3. Jamie Nankervis with a great drive up there in P4. Norman Clark, who's trying to consolidate a P3 in this championship in P5 at the moment. Justin Witcher, who's a new one to the series, first round tonight running these cars or running in the Indosim Esports Network Switch Up Series in P6. So good to see another new face who is actually not a new face to us in the sim racing world, but a new face to the Indosim Esports Network Switch Up Series. So great to see him on board. Jake Skilton in P7, Fletcher in 8th. Tristan Koch in 9th and Ruben Phelps in 10th. We got Phil Connor in 11th, Shannon Blackburn 12th, and Sean King, old Kingy, in 13th. Might be struggling in these at the moment, but we've only got 40 seconds to go. So while we get ready to go racing, Pete, we'll let you take through the viewers on the race info and what tonight's all about.
Yeah, well, it's the Switch Up Series, the final round. It's the final round of what a season it's been, in 4.41 Ks. So it's a long one, especially in these cars, the Legends. Temperature 29 degrees. The altitude is 48 meters above sea level, and it's here in Australia, in Melbourne, Victoria, and it's known for heaps V8 supercars, MotoGP probably more famously, but we're here tonight in the Legends, or as I call them, the Aussie race cars. It's going to be good here tonight, especially coming down the hill under that Melbourne sign. It's going to be some good racing as we're just about set to go now.
Yeah, definitely will, Peter. And you summed it up correctly. Can't wait to get down underneath that banner down into turn 1 as we bring up the starting grid for the final round, round 12 of the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series right here on the InterSim Esports Network. So out of P1 is Sam Katakuzanos, P2 Josh Mickelmore, P3 Shannon Wright. Outside him on the second row is Jamie Nankervis, Norman Clark out of P5, Justin Witcher on the outside of the third row in P6, Jake Skilton in P7, Rob Fletcher P8, Tristan Koch P9, and Ruben Phelps rounding out your top 10 in 10th position, Peter.
Yep, and then the last two on the grid is Phil Connor and Shannon from Aussie Boys Racing. So that's the field, 12 drivers on here tonight. I think maybe...
And it looks like we've had a little late entries there, Peter. Sorry to cut you off. Sean King out of 13. Jason Martin has quickly joined in P14. Terry Marwood was also in previously as well, and Billy Hickey. So... yeah, a couple of late drivers that have just jumped straight in for the race as we're about to go green, Peter.
Yeah, I totally missed that, mate. I was looking over the page and I couldn't see anyone else, but that's okay. Sammy K and Mickelmore is going to take him down to turn one. It's going to be good to see. Have a look at that, the field. It's only a small one, but there are only small cars, 3, 4, 5 wide we're going to see down here, I think.
Yeah, we finally we actually see that on road. Sometimes we do get a little bit of a small turnout here on the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series, but we've nearly got about 15, 16 cars at the moment. So with these cars, we could end up 4 wide really, really quickly. And Peter, I reckon we might. Sammy K generally does show a clean set of heels around here. They do have the wrong setup in these cars too, so that could be a little bit interesting to see how these guys manage the cars out of a long run. As we're about to go green here for the final round of the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series, we've got 5 green lights and we are green for the final round of the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series. Peter, take them through the first couple of corners.
Well, as I said, 3, 4, 5 wide. Have a look at them coming over the crest underneath the Melbourne sign. Sammy K's taking them around there. Micklemore's good start from both of them. They've got away from, well, any possible carnage, but I think we got through there quite cleanly. Have a look. They're already down to single file with Sammy K's breaking away already. Good start. Very good start.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Joshy Mack has got for Sammy K in this. Usually Sam is really, really quick on the road courses, but Josh has been really consistent in this series, and he's not first in the championship for nothing. So it is a long race, 30 laps. Jamie Nankervis is right there in behind Josh Mickelmore at the moment. Jamie can make a mistake. He can be known to make a mistake. Let's see whether he can stay in there behind Josh. Justin Witcher there, his first time in the series in P4 as well, but Sam is definitely showing a clean set of heels at the front.
Yeah, he's taken off, and that's what we thought he would. He's over a second back to Mickelmore as we're right on board with him now. And he's got a battle happening behind him with these 4 cars. That's Joshua Witcher up in the mix. 2 wide around there. It's easy done. The cars are only small, like we said. He can get around there quite fine and side by side.
And what we saw there, Peter, is Josh thinking championship, because Jamie Nankervis make the move there for second, having a great run. Josh could have made that a lot harder there for Jamie, but he definitely didn't do that. He's thinking championship. He's about 100 points in front, so he's not going to get caught up in anything silly. He's going to let Jamie, who's not in contention for anything at the moment, just run there in front.
Yep, I think that's you've hit the nail on the head there. And this 4 battle, these 4 cars putting the elbows out, I should say. Already, look at that, the door-to-door action. What we wanted to see. I think Micklemore's in with that as well. Good shots as they come around.
The thing I want to watch, Peter, sorry to cut you off, is I actually really want to focus on Jamie Nankervis at the moment. He's pulling in Sam Katakuzanos really quickly. He's driving a great race. I know we're only 2 laps in, but he might have got his head around this. I do know Jamie personally, and he runs a lot of legends at the island and all that type of stuff. He does like these cars. As I'm about to put the commentator's curse, it looked like he was about to go wide right there, but he's shown some great pace in this race. So let's see if he's got anything for Sam.
Well, let's hope so. We want to see close-knit racing. And we're definitely seeing it in the mid pack. Everyone checked up, going around that corner. But have a look at these views out to the ocean. That's Australia for you. It may be in Victoria, but it's definitely a good track, Phillip Island.
Yeah, most definitely. And the amazing views brought here on Intersim Esports Network from Paul Jackson, working the cameras there as he saw Jamie Nankervis go a little bit too hard into that corner and get a bit of push. But like we said earlier in the broadcasters, we're only going on to lap 3, so we've got a lot of talking to do yet, Peter. But these cars are not set up for road tonight, and that's the fault of my own, so I do apologise, but it's the same for everyone. So it's going to be interesting to see how these cars adapt and the drivers adapt on a long run there, as we see Jason Martin in behind Phil Connor trying to make a move there. And Jason Martin didn't even turn a lap in practice. So here he is trying to make his way back up, and he'll be trying to help Josh Mickelmore, his teammate, try and consolidate that win for the championship. But at the moment, it's looking good for Mickelmore. But Witcher's made the move into P3 as well, Peter. So it is all happening, and I think we need to settle down a little bit, because I reckon it's all going to happen a little bit quicker in the next probably 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, it's going to be just trying to stay, excuse me, stay in there and be there and thereabouts. In the last 5 to 10 laps, it's really going to heat up. I did hear, or we did hear in the chatter in the Discord earlier before we went on air, as we just see a little bit of an error from someone there, that they will have to pit because of the little, I don't know whether we're going to call it a stitch up or a switch up. Let's throw that one in there. But I think they're going to have to pit throughout this 30 laps. So they're probably going to go hard and just do it in 2 halves, I think.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because when I did run around with this, you didn't need to pit. You had about 34 laps of fuel. So, but in saying that, I literally did 1 lap, so I didn't really give it a chance to do it. So completely on me with the setup, with the incorrect setting. But you know what? This is the switch-up series, and it makes the guys think about it, and it is the same for everyone. So we're here on the final round, gives everyone a chance, maybe someone that's smarter than someone else with their settings, or knowing what they're doing with the fuel might give them a chance to get up there in the standings for the final round of the Sim Esports Network Switch-Up Series, as we see Jamie Nankervis swerving all across the track there, trying to stop Justin Witcher get the toe down the straight. So we're now going into 4 laps in to the race, and Jamie's fighting like it's his last.
Yeah, I've been fortunate to do laps in this car, not in this tune, but this car around this track, and the draft is real as you come down the hill. But Witcher and Mickelmore, they're putting on a good show here early on, lap 4 of 30, 26 to go.
Yeah, definitely Jamie Nankervis and Justin Witcher, but Mickelmore's there behind in 4th, Jake Skilton in 5th, doing a great job. But I think the battle's going to heat up here for P2 and 3, because I do not think that Justin Witcher is going to leave anything on the table. I know Justin, he is a great driver, and he's going to want to get in there behind Jamie, and it's his first race in this series. He's going to want to make his presence felt really early here and try and make that move. But Sam Katakouzanos is completely bolted at the moment. He's broken that draft, so he's pretty safe there at the front. But this is a battle we need to keep our eyes on.
It definitely is, and I've just that snuck up on me a little bit too. But Witches, he's broken away from Mickelmore now, and he's right on the tail, as you can see, right on the tail of Nankervis, and they're battling for the 2nd place. And it looks like he's the faster car. He's already caught up on him in say, what, half a lap. I think we're going to see a move down here in one of these tight braking areas.
Yeah, we definitely will, Peter. Jamie's definitely overdriving the car at the moment and braking a little bit later and trying to fight that position a little bit too hard, where he should be looking in front, in my opinion. But yeah, definitely overbraking that car, as we're probably about to see Justin make a move. No, he's just going to sit in there behind and wait for Jamie to make that mistake. But definitely a quicker car, the 21 at the moment. He's going to set him up here on the outside, try and pinch that apex and get that run out of the corner behind Jamie. and get the run all the way down here into the hairpin. Don't be surprised if we don't see Justin Witcher make a move into this hairpin. He's probably a little bit far back at the moment. He might just sit there, but we'll see. Oh, he looks. He's just trying to feint there and see whether Jamie makes a mistake as Jamie pushes a little bit wide, but Justin gets on the power there. So Jamie's doing a great job just trying to hold that position and position that car in a really good position to be able to hold Justin back. So Justin gets a great run here. We're about to go through the hay shed and up over Lukey Heights. So Lukey Heights is the move for me at the moment, Peter. This is where the move happens. If he wants to make it, he needs to make it decisive. He's setting himself up around the outside now and dive it down into Honda, I believe it is. But up over the top of Lukey Heights, he's on the inside, and there is the move. Exactly as I thought there, Peter. And we have a change for P2.
Yeah, that was as smooth as you'd like, eh? But who we got there? Nankervis. He's not going to let him have that position, as you see on screen still. He's right there, and you'll probably see that change quite a few times, but that was a nice clean pass and plenty of room done, but plenty of spots to line them up in this lap, as you can see them side by side out of this draft. So they may even have a crack down here again, down here in turn one. Bit of mind game swerving into each other as well, but down the hill side by side, lap 6 of 30.
Yeah, exactly. But what they're doing is they're just letting
the crisscross.
They're just letting Sam get away. This is what they're doing by fighting. Sam's just like, yep, keep doing that. I'll just keep circulating and doing my thing. And Sam has completely bolted. So they should be working together a little bit. But, yeah, we currently have Witcher there in P2, Jamie Nankervis in P3, Josh Mickelmore just sitting back there in P4. There's a lot to go, but great racing in these little cars.
Yeah, surprised to see Ruben Phelps. It's not his night so far. I think I can see that he's had a couple of off tracks, but we haven't really seen it. He's sitting back in 11th position. He didn't do well qualifying either, but one guy that has stepped it up is Skilton, number 11 here. He's right in the mix in 5th.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job. He's had a bit of an up and down season at the moment, but he's up there in the points, there or thereabouts. So something about this car and track combo, he's been doing a great job. So as we just see Jason Martin make the move on him up into P5. So yeah, Jake Skilton doing a great job, but Jason Martin didn't do a lap of practice. So to come in here and start at the back and move forward, and now he's up 9 spots on his starting position, and he's going to be actually challenging his teammate Josh Mickelmore there for P4, so he's going to definitely work with Josh to try and help him get the championship. But in saying that, Martin's up there in the championship as well. So is it team orders, do you reckon, Pete, or is it all out go?
I think it's all out, just go. But what I did notice, look at him already weaving down the straight, getting out of the toe. It is vicious, the toe down here. You can gain so much time, very fast right hand into turn 1, and you can get it done. Probably 2 or 3 spots. It's a wide track with these little cars, and these guys aren't giving up. There's still plenty of racing to go, and it's only going to get closer as the night goes through.
Yeah, definitely will. And I've just unexpectedly brought Ruben Phelps up in the booth, mate. Ruben, currently sitting in P11. Have you got a copy, mate?
Yep, sure do.
Mate, P2 in practice and struggled in quali. What's the story of your night so far, 7 laps into 30?
At the qualifying, I tried too hard and I sort of half spun it in turn 2, so it really overheated the tyres, and once you get to lap 2, I had pretty much burnt it all up, so I really couldn't do much after that. But then I made a really clean start, moved up a couple spots, and coming into the final hairpin, I just got completely spun out. So I ended up at the back of the field, and I've just sort of been trying to recover since then. But I'm slowly catching up. It's just taking a bit of time to get back there.
So that's very unfortunate, mate. But give the viewers a little bit of an insight. Fuel-wise, do you think do you have to stop in this one, or are you going to go green to the end?
I'm actually not 100% sure because I haven't got my usual text up to find out. But
As you just made a position there on Tristan by the looks of it.
it does help when they make a mistake, though, doesn't it? Like easy pass. But yeah, I'm not sure on the fuel. It feels like it, with the length of the race and how many laps it wind down, I feel like there might be a fuel situation. It was 48 laps of what I saw parked up, but may have changed since then.
Yeah, no worries. Well, thanks for making yourself available, mate. Have a quick shout out to everyone, all your sponsors, everyone there in New Zealand, your mum, everyone. You've got the floor here live while you're driving the car on the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series, mate. It's all yours. You just talk and thank everyone you want.
Well, hi, Mum, if you're watching, just chilling there, sleeping, or whatever you're doing in the... Yeah, we don't want to know, but... but no, this is all cruisy here. We've got a Fangate and the teammate, so, you know, even though you're yarning away over there in the commentary booth there, but it's all good here.
All right, mate. Well, there we go. Thanks for making yourself available, mate, here on the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series. So, Ruben, we'll let you go back and have fun for the final 21 laps of this race, mate. And we wish you all the best, and hopefully we can see you up the pointy end at the end.
Yeah, hopefully.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's Ruben Phelps from New Zealand joining us here on the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series. Really, really great to see him make himself available tonight. So, Peter, there we go. A little bit of an insight there of a driver while he's going around.
Yeah, it was, mate. Oh, look at this. Skilton's in it, and a little bit of an accident in further back, but we just heard in our ear there that Jamie, he's back into 5th position now. There was a battle as we were talking with Ruben there up the front, and I didn't actually catch what happened to Jamie, but he's back in 5th position now.
Yeah, I haven't caught that either, Peter. I'll let you take over for a minute. I'm just trying to do the channels at the moment for the boys to be able to be back where they need to be. So I'll let you jump in there, mate. Just bear with me 2 seconds.
Yeah, right. So we're going to jump on board with Josh Micklemore and co, who we got around him. We got Martin and Witcher. They're doing pretty good, actually. They've been battling all night. That's what you want to do. It doesn't matter if you're not battling for the lead, as long as you're battling and having fun. And I tell you, it looks like fun. Lap 9 of 30, still plenty of racing to go. And these guys are just in a train, these three that are on screen now. That's,
Sorry, Peter.
You're right, mate.
Yeah, they definitely are, but I'm really impressed with Justin Witcher tonight. He's great at road tracks, and he's doing a great job. Obviously, Sam K is showing us a clean set of heels out front, and he has gone. But Justin Witcher has done a great job for the first time into the series tonight, having a run. Josh Micklemore 3rd, Jason Martin 4th, and as you said, don't know what happened to Jamie Nankervis in 5th. So. Yeah, but great drive there by Justin Witcher, Peter, as we see at the moment. But we know that could change. He could go from 2nd to 4th down the straight in this next lap.
Well, especially you get behind someone down there. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be the leading pack as you go under that bridge for the straight. But this battle, it's just simmering a little bit with Martin. But I don't know if it's going to be tight for fuel. I think sitting behind someone at this point might be the go. But these guys are putting the foot down. Oh, look at this!
Right, so sorry there, Peter. We'll go on board for a lap now and let the guys go through as we'll see Jason Martin there in behind the guys, and we'll just go on for a lap around Phillip Island. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, lap around Phillip Island by Jason Martin running the 19. That's not his number that he's registered the series for either, by the way. So that was a little bit of a throwout, but it looks like Josh Mickelmore and Justin Witcher got a little bit loose there out of the final corner as well. So we're now 11 laps into 30. It felt like this race would go quicker than what it is, but Peter, there's a long way to go.
Yep, still plenty of racing to go, and what that's done for poor old Witcher here, he just put a wheel off into the last corner, and now he's battling. He may even lose a second spot because Martin's right on his tail. He's ready to pounce. Mickelmore back into second, and Witcher and Martin. And we're right on board with this battle. Look at this. Oh, they wanted to go 3 wide around there. It's not going to get done.
Oh,
But
Witcher sends it up the inside.
Gets back
he's propped. He's propped into, contact with Josh Mickelmore. Josh isn't going to be happy about that. And to be honest, commentator can't say a lot about that. But unfortunate there for Josh, but he's still in P4. Jamie Nankervis there in P5 behind him. Jason Martin transitions there up into P2. So let's see if this battle ranges again, moving into the back end of the race.
Just as it heated up, we had a bit of panel rubbing, but there's another battle behind. What's this for? 7th position. That's Phil Connor and Wright and Fletcher, I think. So there's battles, probably, 2 and 3 car battles throughout the whole field. And you got, I think, Phelps on the back of this as well. He wants to get in on the action as he gets through there, but they're still side by side. Phelps, he's going to gain here if he cools his head, keeps it cool. And but Phil Connor, he's leading him around, but the guys behind him, he's making it really wide for Phelps. Will he put it down 3 wide into turn 1? They go up and over the hill.
Phelps, he'll definitely get the run down here and try and send it up into 1, or will he be safe? We're about to find out. He's wanting to poke that nose out there, but he doesn't know. Here it goes. Here it goes. Ruben Phelps makes a move there into P7. So great job there. Oh, as we see, who's that? Jamie Nankervis off into the grass. Jamie's moved backwards at 1,000,000 miles an hour in this race, which is really, really weird. Is that Jamie? No, that's Shannon Wright. That's not Jamie Nankervis. Yeah, so, Shannon going a little bit loose there, but great move there by Ruben Phelps to move himself up into P8. I thought it was P7, but moved himself up into P8. As we saw earlier in the broadcast, he did say he's just going to slowly, gradually make his way up there, and that's exactly what he's doing, Peter.
Yeah, and he's it's quite disciplined because it's easy to get carried away and take a 2-for-1 deal down there because you could have done it, get really deep on the brakes, but lap 12 or 30. I don't think risk for reward is worth it. So 1 at a time, and that's what it looks like he's doing now. Is he's putting the pressure onto Shannon Wright. Next victim.
Yeah, he's definitely got the pace on the 2 cars in front, so don't be surprised if we see Ruben Phelps move up in the top 6 at the moment as both the cars in front go wide. There's one position there as Shannon Wright goes wide, so he's up now into P7. He'll clear into P6, I'd like to think, shortly, but then the struggle starts for Ruben to catch the top 5. They do have a gap at the moment. The draft is a big thing, so he can make the move now, but is he going to be able to catch Jamie in P5? If he can catch Jamie in P5, if he makes this move, it will help him to be able to drag onto the back of that front group, but not sure at the moment. But with 13 laps done out of 30, we're not sure whether they need to pit as well, so that's all going to shake it up. And even Ruben, as he said earlier on the broadcast, while he was driving, he's not sure whether he needs to even pit. So we will see what happens, but it looks like Shannon Wright's just come into the pit. Not sure whether that was damage or fuel. So a lot to shake up, as I've said previously. We will bring a couple of drivers up into the booth shortly, but we'll just let things settle down a little bit. We don't want to give them the whole scare. Hi, I'm in your ear. So, yeah, we'll let it settle down a little bit. We'll watch Ruben just make his move at the moment, trying to get around Phil Connor. So, yeah, Peter, great race so far with 13 laps, nearly 14 laps into the next round of the IndySim Esports Network Switch-Up Series. And as I say, the next round, it is actually the last round of our inaugural series. So, mate, thank you from Paul, Prue, and I, and everyone watching for making yourself available to be able to commentate on that with us, mate. We really appreciate it. And round 12 has come around so quickly, so we really do appreciate it. And cannot wait to see you back again in the booth in future broadcasts as we see the move there on Ruben Phelps taking P6 on Phil Connor. So, Peter, thank you so much from all the guys here on the broadcast network, mate. We really do appreciate it.
No, it's been a blast, mate. Especially, you don't know where you're at week in, week out, but it's been a blast throughout the season. And yeah, I'll definitely be back. As you can see, this battle now, Phelps and Connor. It's a tit for tat, blow for blow. Phelps, he's got the pace. He just probably want to pull away here and try and catch these guys. Plenty of time to do it, just consistency. And Connor's really putting the pressure back on him now as we ride on board with the race leader, Semi K. And he's out 6.4 seconds. So he's in a race of his own.
We might actually try bring Sam up. Just give me a second and I'll see. I'll give him a little bit of warning. So you just keep commentating on the race if that's okay. And I'll see if we can bring Sam to the viewers live racing.
Well, that'd be awesome if he could have the race leader on in the comms as he's going around about a half distance. But he hasn't put a foot wrong this whole race, as you're probably going to hear soon. He's at a even though it's set as an oval set, it hasn't bothered him. So 6 over 6 seconds the lead, and he's doing it pretty cool. Whether he's got to stop for fuel or not too sure about safety cars, but I dare say if we get him up into the comms box, he doesn't want to hear the word safety cars because that's his gap of 6.5 gone. But so he makes his way under the bridge to start his 15th lap.
And I'm back here, Pete, and we're lucky enough. We have Sam Katakouzanos up in the booth with us at the moment, leading round 12 in the final round of the IndySim Esports Network Switch-Up Series. Mate, I know we're only 15 laps into 30, but you're making a little bit of habit of this.
It's tricky because you guys made it really difficult to just full out race. It's a 30-lap race and there's about 29 laps of fuel. So lots of lifting here and there, trying to avoid the pit stop.
So
I don't even know if I'm going to get it right.
So you're trying to go green to the end. You're trying not to stop. You're trying to lift and see whether you can get there, are you?
Yep, that's it. With the practice, quickly realised the fuel tank may not make it, and I decided if I do it early enough, the lifting and coasting, I might be able to get from start to finish really slowly. But I'm hoping that if anyone else does quick, that they'll pit and that'll make them fall back. So my fingers are crossed, my toes are crossed. I'm just hoping I've got the numbers right.
Well, there's been a few that's pitted behind you, but you're the only triple winner of the IndySim Esports Network Switch-Up Series and the inaugural series. You've actually shown a really great set of heels and done a great job this season. And you said to us just then, you've been trying to roll off and save that fuel, but you've drove away from everyone behind you. So again, on the road course, a clean set of heels, mate, doing a fantastic job there for Team Bushfink Racing. But Peter, before we let Sam go and try and concentrate on whether he's going to pit or whether he needs to save more fuel, anything you want to have a chat to Sam about before we let him go?
Well, mate, you've got 5.5 seconds out in lead. If anyone's got the time in the air to save fuel, it's you. But did you use, to get that gap, did you use a little bit extra fuel to get the gap, or has it just been smooth sailing from the start?
Oh, I'm going to attribute it to luck. I got a good start with the start line, no wheel spin, good use of the clutch. So I was able to get myself into single file and optimum line. And then I think the few behind me started racing and going too wide as far as I could tell with the relatives. And I think that helped me get a gap, because I think from about lap 1 into lap 2, I started fuel saving. So I'm not exactly fast. I'm nowhere near as fast as practice and quality, but I'm hoping, really hoping to avoid that fuel stop.
Well,
Keep
mate,
away.
you by the look of it, you'll probably be the only one that's trying it. As been a busy pit lane, or a steady pit lane, I should say, mate. But it's just over halfway distance. You're in first, quite considerable. Just dropped under 5 seconds now. But
Yeah,
plenty of time, mate. Good luck.
trying to extend that fuel mileage. Jason Martin, I don't know where he started. Did he even qualify? And he's in second.
He started at the back, mate, but he's just there
Wow.
trying to help Josh Mickelmore, but he's definitely got a quick car. But Sam, we'll let you go back and concentrate and try and get to the end of this one. But, mate, thank you for allowing us to bring you up here on the broadcast booth as you're mid-driving, because we know it's really hard sometimes to concentrate and talk. I know it is for myself. So thank you for making yourself available, and hopefully we're talking to you at the end, and hopefully you don't run out of fuel.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's I don't know how well I'd be talking if I was battling and stuff, but when I'm here by myself, it's a little bit easier. But anyway, thanks, guys.
No worries, Sam. Thank you, Sam. And there we go, Peter. There's Sam Katakouzanos right there for Team Bushfink Racing, leading the race here on round 12, the InterSim Esports Network switch-up series. So we'll let him go back down into his channel, and we'll start focusing on other things as it starts to heat up, Peter. So do you think Peter's Sam's going to make it to the end? It looks like everyone's pitting behind. What's your thoughts on this one, Peter?
Well, he did say it. He did say that it's a bit sneaky. It's a 30-lap race with 29 laps of fuel with his calculation. So, he has been saving from lap 1 or 2, as we heard when he was just in here. So he may have got it right, and he may get there. It's going to be close, that's for sure. If you've got Phelpsy, he's just gone in and out and done his stop. A couple of other big names that have chosen to stop as well. I think Shannon Wright will keep his name in the back of her head as well. He's having a good night, and he was first to jump. So maybe taking the pit stop, might have been worth it. Not too sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether Justin Witch is pitted at the moment. He was really quick. He's lost a little bit of time to Jason Martin. So Mickelmore, I don't think's pitted. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I think those guys in the top 4 are doing the long run. They're going to try and get to the end. So these guys, as you see, Nankervis 8th, Phelps, Wright 7th. Tristan's in front of them. Tristan Koch in 6th. He's 25 seconds in front, so that's the distance of a pit stop. So they're going to have a lot of pace to be able to get there. But Rob Fletcher and Tristan Koch is currently in the pit lane. So Shannon Wright and Jamie Nankervis is now going to jump from 7th and 8th into 5th and 6th, as we see. So it's not over yet, Peter. I reckon these front guys might need to pit. I'm not sure. These other guys in behind are not pitting because they're any gooses. They're not silly. So we'll see Katakouzanos, Martin, Witcher, and Mickelmore in the top 4. Let's see what they do at the front, as the guys in the pit stop at the moment are taking tyres as well. So that's going to take you a little bit longer, but that's going to be outright pace as well. So I know I'm babbling on a little bit here, Peter, but I'm getting excited. You know what I get excited like when we're about to get up into money time. So 12 laps to go here on the InterSim Esports Network switch-up series on a Friday night. We've got the 4 guys in front, Katakouzanos, Martin, Witcher, and Mickelmore yet to pit. Wright, Nankervis, Phelps, Connor, Fletcher, Tristan Koch currently have pitted as well. So, here we go. Strap yourself in, mate, and I'd like to say, give me your theory again on who's going to win this. But every time we talk about this, you do the commentator's curse, I do the commentator's curse, and it never ends up the way we think anyway. So, mate, take him around for a couple of laps. I've been babbling along, and let the viewers hear Pete Gretton's voice.
Yeah, so we were just talking about pit stops. That's what it's all going down to. Sammy K, he has been saving since lap 1 and 2. The second place, Jason Martin, well, he's in 4th position now. He's just taken his stop, and there's only the top 3 now have yet to pit. Witcher and Mickamore are going with Sammy K, and they think they can get home. Wright was the first one. I think I called that right. I think I called that right. That was a bit of a pun. No pun intended there, but I think he pit first, so that's one to keep up with. But I don't know. Sammy K's a good driver. He's done millions of laps around here. I think he might be onto something here with trying to get it in one hit, as we're riding on board with Witcher. Plenty of space around him, and after the pit stops have all taken shape, they're going to come back in. But I think you're going to have to pit. But Sammy K, they're all smart guys, so I'm not too sure, Aidan, if they're going to get home or not. I'm still sitting on the fence, but to have the big guys pit, I know it's going to be close.
Yeah, I'm definitely sitting on the fence as well. What I'm more excited to see is Martin went into pit lane before, but Nankervis, Wright, and Phelps had pitted a couple of laps earlier, so they should have got a little bit of an undercut on him, but he was a fair way in front, so it looks like Martin's 5 seconds in front of them at the moment. So at the end of the day, it's sitting really, really well for Jason Martin at the moment. If Sam and Justin Witcher and Josh Mickelmore do need to pit for fuel at the end, Jason Martin is definitely in the box seat. Nankervis is in the box seat there too, also for a P2. But if those top 3 can manage to pull out all stops and get those fuel tanks to run off fumes to the end, they're going to do a great job to solidify a top 3 in round 12 of the IndySim Esports Network Switch Up Series, but definitely not all over yet, Peter.
Definitely not. And, the drivers out on track that haven't pit, well, there's only 2 now, which is in the lane. So I think they're right. I think you have to pit as we're riding on board. This is Shannon Wright and Ruben Phelps up the hill. Ruben Phelps side by side around the outside, doing it the long way. You're going to see a crisscross. Maybe not. Side by side, he's going to let it go here. They're going to come drag race down the finish line. They're just coming in the shot.
Yeah, he'll just set his car in the right position here into turn 1, but he's got to get the momentum and get the overlap into turn 1, because Shannon Wright's going to have his car on the right position into turn 2, as we just saw Nankervis nearly go into the back of Witcher, I believe that was, coming out of the pits. So that was crazy there as we saw that. But Ruben Phelps looks like he's made the move. Shannon Wright wanted to have a little look up the inside there, but thought wiser of it, as we see Ruben Phelps come out of the corner chasing Justin Witcher, who has just made his stop. So Justin Witcher is going to be on fresher tyres there, and he's probably going to make easy meat of Jamie Nankervis at the moment in front as he comes out. But what I'm more excited about here, Peter, is the only 2 not to stop is Sammy K and Josh Mickelmore at the front. So if they can't make it to the end, it's maybe not good for them to stay out longer and lose that lap time. It's probably better for them to serve that pit stop now and go, because the longer they go, if they get a lap or 2 before the end and they can't get to the end on fuel, these guys are running on fresher tyres, working together behind. They could be losing half a second to a second a lap. So interesting to see what these guys, the top 2 at the front, how really good they are on fuel at the moment.
Yeah, well, it's all going to be. I think they're guessing. I don't think they know whether they can make it yet. As you see, lap traffic come into play for that battle. Oh, they've only just got through there by the skin of their teeth. This is Nankervis, Phelps, and Witcher. Witcher, he actually got in front of Nankervis before, but now he's actually behind Phelps. So that lap traffic, Look at this. It's going to go 3 wide down the straight. We want to see it. Let's go.
Which is definitely going to take it 3 wide. Justin never holds back. So here we go. 3 wide into turn 1 at Phillip Island. Into Sim Esports Network Switch Up Series. Who's going to make it through there? Justin Witcher up the inside. Jamie Nankervis holds it around the outside. Ruben Phelps.
Oh, 3 again.
Oh, 3 again. As we see, Ruben Phelps is going to try and do the switch back here, or is he trying to hold it on the outside? He's holding it on the outside of Justin Witcher. Oh, Jamie Nankervis is loose. Oh, it's Jamie. Jamie's gone. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I'm getting too excited, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. As always, doing the final 10 laps of any round of the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series. But Ruben Phelps, what a great drive up into P5 at the moment. He was outside the top 10 in the first 10 laps, Peter. So great drive to see him back up there. But still interested to see what Sammy Kay and Josh Mickamore do here on their fuel strategy.
Yep. We're all eyes are on that with 9 to go, but that was a good bit of driving there. It was just unfortunate. The leader of that pack, Nankervis, he was the loser in that. He's actually back down into 7th after that little bit of a mistake, but Phelps gets that job done as well now, and he's pulling away. He's doing a good job. He's in 5th.
Yeah, Jamie might have been driving in his mirrors a little bit there, I think. Not looking at what's in front of him, maybe looking at what's behind him, but we don't blame him. They're 3 wide into a corner at 200 kilometres an hour, and then Ruben made it 3 wide into the next corner as well. So there's a lot going on. I don't blame him for looking around him. So unfortunate there for Jamie, but great race from him otherwise. He's been up the front the whole time, so hopefully he can drag that race car up into the top 3 before the end of this race.
Yep, that's what he'd be hoping on, but just what you said there, it's all happening. It is further back. This is the battle for 9th position. This is Fletcher and Connor, I believe, and Connor's all over him, as we're going to see side by side. So this is the big attacking spot that I thought we would see here tonight, Aidan. The side by side, it's been like that all night. Drag race, the long straight in these cars down to turn 1. And you're going to see the move get done here.
Yeah, it has. It's been great racing with the side by side, but I think what some of the drivers could learn out of this race is not fight too much against each other, because you saw earlier there was a lot of freight train running, but the more that you run side by side in these cars, especially when it's aerodynamic and getting that slipstream, you're just going to lose momentum to the cars in front, and that's exactly why Sammy Kay got that run early in the race, and he did mention that when we were on board with him early. He said they were running side by side. So I think if we ever did this again in the series, or any drivers were to run in this series again, I think maybe not fight so hard with each other, but at the end of the day, it's racing. They want to race, and that's why we want to bring this series to them, as we're seeing racing right now. So yeah, great to have the 12th round of the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series, Peter. I'm absolutely astonished with all the amount of support we have got here on the InterSim Esports Network, and cannot wait to see whether we bring something else to you moving forward. Obviously, Peter, before we move on to the final end of the race, I need to make a big shout out. Paul and I are lucky enough, we have made a big effort in the InterSim Esports Network, not the Switch Up series, our broadcasting series, and we have been lucky enough. We will be broadcasting you the Australasian Supercar E series here on a Sunday night on the InterSim Esports Network for you viewers every Sunday for the next 12 weeks. So starting this Sunday, tune in from about 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Can't wait to see you guys. Listen to my dulcet tones and everyone else that jumps aboard on the InterSim Esports Network. We also have another series out of America that we're currently doing some negotiations with. So we will promote that and let you know when that is happening in due course, but very excited to spread our wings to be able to help out other series and get amongst it. So tune in Sunday night for round 1 of the Australasian Supercar E series here on the InterSim Esports Network at 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. But Peter, 23 laps into 30 now, mate. Everything's starting to settle down. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, you got teammates here by the look at their liveries. Nankervis and Wright, they're just having a bit of fun. They're in the closing stages. But it's been a good race, actually. They're going to close right up, I think. And you would hope by now that Sammy K and Mickelmore out in front, they have a better judgment of whether they're going to make it or not. You would have thought they would have jumped earlier if they didn't. So I'm leaning towards they are going to make it, but still only time will tell. And if you have a look at this battle, I think Wright just got a little bit loose out of there, and they got a little bit close, these guys. But it's been fun series, Aiden, and congratulations on you guys for picking up another league to broadcast. You do a good job, so that's not going to be any different, I don't think.
Yeah, thank you, mate. And at the moment, it's not about that. We're just letting the viewers know what we've got coming up, because we did start this series purely to get our broadcasting out there. That's why we started the series. And now we've got a little bit of interest in our broadcasting. So now it's a little bit more, as we see Shannon Wright there go a little bit wide. He's still holding it, but yeah, it was all about creating a series to bring the broadcasting to the viewers and let them know what we're about. And we've got a little bit of interest. So it's really great and rewarding to be able to bring other series to the viewers through the InterSim Esports Network. So we're looking forward to broadcasting that on a Friday night. We're looking forward to obviously supporting you, Peter, in your endeavours and everything you do with your broadcasting stuff. That's what it's about. We're a sim racing community. Also looking forward to what we're looking to do in the American market, and we've got a lot of interest with that as well. So looking forward to what we can bring there, especially in our NASCAR, because Paul and I have a big NASCAR background, but we are 25 laps into 30 here on the final round, round 12 for the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series, brought to you right here on the InterSim Esports Network. And Peter, take them through the next couple of laps, because I can just talk until I'm blue in the face and I feel like you can't get a word in. So take them through a couple of laps, mate, before we're about to crown the inaugural winner of the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series.
Yeah, it's going to be good to see who's going to take it out, but it's not finished yet. We still got five laps to go, and this is the battle. Phil Connor and Tristan Koch. They've just heated up in the last couple of laps, and I think we may have just had a position change just a little bit not that far ago in the race, but again side by side. Down the straight, down the hill to turn one. Who they got in front? They got that's Rob Fletcher in front. So they were battling with him before, but now these guys are battling. It gives Fletcher a little bit of time to take off. But Sammy K and Mickelmore, still eyes on them. They're still yet to pit. 13 seconds of lead now in between Sammy K and Mickelmore. But oh, look at this. Phil Connors down the inside. I think no, that was Koch up the inside, rather.
Yeah,
So
and
bit of an error there.
And Pete, if Sam or Josh do need to pit, that's their race done. So if they haven't managed this fuel strategy perfectly to the T and can completely get there, and I'm talking they can be 2 corners from and flutter and not be able to get across. If they haven't managed this perfectly, that's their race done. Jason Martin, Justin Witcher, Ruben Phelps are sitting completely in the box seat at the moment. So and when we're talking, Sam wasn't really comfortable. He was trying to manage his fuel. So he's definitely been in the good spot of this race to be able to manage his fuel, but has he managed enough? But by the looks of it,
I think if Sammy K, if he said he's been saving from like lap 1 or 2, so I think if it is going to be tight, if one of the 2 guys that will make it, I think will be Sam. It is definitely going to be tight. Mickelmore he's been in the battle, so he's probably used a little bit more fuel than Sammy K, but it's still 29 laps of fuel they calculated, and it's a 30 lap race. So is saving, you're going to save a whole lap of fuel? Is that possible? I'm not too sure what these burn like.
Yeah, Micklemore's definitely saving fuel as we hear in our ear at the moment. It looks like Jason Martin is catching him hand over fist. So Josh Micklemore's pretty much committed to the I'm going to run out of fuel or I'm going to finish strategy. Jason Martin did pit earlier, as we see, so he's good to go on the end. So Jason Martin actually might be the late flyer here, depending what Sam Katakouzanos has underneath him fuel-wise as well. There might be a position here between 3 and 2, but it looks like we've got our podium getters, but people might actually run out of fuel yet as well. So interesting to see what's going to happen here, Peter. But Paul, I can hear you in the background there, mate, but I'd like you, if you can, be in the final round of the InterSim Esports Network Switch-Up Series. Make your mic available for the post-race interviews and everything so we can bring you amongst it and bring your voice to the viewers and thank you and allow you to be a part of it as well. But we've got 3 laps to go here. 4 laps to go here, but
he's scared. He's scared. Can we jump on board, please, PJ? And can we listen to the engine of Sammy K? He's scared. He is saving. I'm just listening to that in my ears now. Listen to this, Aiden.
Oh yeah, he's saving. Oh yeah, Micklemore and Martin's got this, I reckon.
They're scared. Listen to this. This is a full clutch. This is going to be tight, Aiden. I don't think they're going to make it.
We've been speaking about this all night. Like, we might come across as dummies, but we're not that dumb. We've been speaking about that all night with the fuel.
Now, this is major. His lead has dropped down to 12.5 seconds. And this is heavy fuel saving with still 3 to go. He's got the lead, though. He's got the lead. If this is what it takes, he'll still finish in the lead. But definitely what we can hear there, ladies and gentlemen, he's worried. He doesn't think he's going to get home.
No, and look at the tacho going completely down, and Jason Martin doesn't have that worry. He pitted, so he's going to be going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Josh Micklemore must have the same problem. Josh Micklemore must have the same problem as Sam Katakouzanos at the moment. It looks like, though, Josh can afford to give up this position. It looks like if Josh does, it's still championship to Josh with the way he qualified and the way he has had this race. So at this stage, Josh just needs to let Jason go maybe and wind out that fuel, and he's going to be our inaugural winner of the InterSim Esports Network Switch-Up Series. But in saying that, he could bin it in the next lap and he could be at the back. So hopefully I didn't just put the commentator's curse on him.
So I think, yeah, it is definitely going to be tight. We still got, it's lap 28 or 30. We'll definitely keep an eye on them. But this bloke on screen now, he's not saving. He's foot down, 100% commitment. Will he make up the, I think the 13 seconds that he's got? I'm not too sure whether he's got the time, but he's not leaving anything out there. As you have a look at him now, he's pedal down. That's Micklemore rather, just in front of him. So he's going to get this position.
Yeah, I think Jason Martin is definitely going to be able to make the position, but I don't think Jason's going to try and make the move on Josh. He's going to allow him to win the championship. But for Jason to win the race, it's going to be dependent on Sam K to run out of fuel. But in saying that, the Mitch Motorsports, they have no rules in their team. They always fight fairly and they battle fairly, as we see there Jason Martin making the move on the inside of Josh Micklemore. So they'll always fight fairly and they'll race, and as we see there, Jason Martin making the move into P2. Josh probably knows he's got it sewn up at the moment and letting Jason go and see if he can fight for the win. So ladies and gentlemen, here with 2 laps to go when we go across the strike, it's all going to be, does Jason Martin have the pace to catch Sam Katakouzanos on pace, or is Sam going to run out of fuel? So here we go with 2 laps to go on the final round of the InterSim Esports Network Switch-Up Series. And what a series it has been, Peter. Amazing here to bring all this footage to the viewers. Sam's got a great gap at the moment. He's going to have to fall into a lot of trouble or completely run out of fuel. But, mate, feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the moment. It's round 12 of the InterSim Esports Network Switch-Up Series. It's come and gone so quickly, and absolutely really proud of everything that we've brought to the viewers. Obviously, we get a little bit busy in life and all that type of stuff, but the drivers that join every single week and everything, we hope we brought the content to them that they want, and we're super proud to bring that to them, and hopefully we can bring something to the viewers and the drivers in the iRacing community, something new very soon.
Yep, no doubt. And it's been an awesome series to be a part of too, Aidan. You never knew. I think I said it just earlier on in the broadcast as well. You never knew what you were going to do from week to week. Well, you did. You put a pen to paper, but oval dirt, NASCAR Cup car, bit of, like you see now, legends here. But Semi K, fuel saving or not, 11.5 seconds to lead with this one and one more to go. I think he's got it. It's going to... he's going to take him to run out of fuel, but Micklemore, he's running tight as well. He's pulled back. He's going to be on the podium still and take out the championship as well. But if you have a look at the footage, look at that. It looks so small, them cars going around there from the blimp view, doesn't it? But I tell you, it's a lot of fun. I'd like to drive one of them. I think that'd be awesome. Jason's just taken off, and he's got past Micklemore. He's 10 seconds now, the gap. It's got this one and one more. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, but he's definitely not leaving anything out there. Semi K across the line, white flag, Aidan.
And Peter, we've got Semi K up in the booth at the moment on the final lap. Mate, we've seen that you've been saving fuel. We were worried about that. Jason Martin in behind you. He pitted earlier, and he has no worries on fuel. How are you going in this final lap? Are you going to be able to make it on fumes?
I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
We noticed some pretty heavy fuel saving there, mate. If you do get home, it's been an awesome race to be only one of two to hopefully.
Jason.
Oh,
Jason, just something happened with Jason behind me.
Yeah, something happened with Jason. But anyway, we'll just concentrate on you at the moment, mate. Great drive tonight.
On my relatives. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Just get through there and, mate, great drive tonight. If you can get across the line, it's been a sensational drive. Green to checker, as you do a lot of the times when you come on these road courses. Josh Micklemore, it looks like he's taken out the championship at the moment. You missed one or two rounds. Maybe you could have been up there. But stellar drive tonight.
Good job.
Well, mate, we'll let you talk the viewers through the last couple of corners and take them through your win here on round 12 of the InterSim Esports Network Switch-Up Series.
Thanks, guys. Soaring at the wheel here, trying to get the front tyres pointing straight. They've gone shot. Cresting the final corner here. Just taking it easy, unwind the wheel. And can't believe. Oh, I just got the call that I got 2 laps of fuel left, so...
Oh, you saved too much, mate.
Done it. I've done it. Oh, my God, I can't believe it.
Well done, Sam. Absolutely amazing driving, mate. A great driver and a great person, more to boot. So, well-deserved, mate.
You're too nice. Where do I send the money to?
Mate, just send it to W. No. Anyway, great driving, mate. That's a win there. That's win number 4 out of 12 rounds of the InterSim Esports Network Switch-Up Series. Coming home P2 and your inaugural champion of the InterSim Esports Network Switch-Up Series. As much as the points still need to be calculated with what Josh come in with and how he qualified and how he finished in the race, he's definitely going to be the inaugural champion of the InterSim Esports Network Switch-Up Series. So well done to Josh. Coming home P3, Jason Martin, Justin Witcher, first time out in the InterSim Esports Network Switch-Up Series in P4. Ruben Phelps with the great recovery drive there in P5. Jamie Nankervis with the race that could have been in P6. Looks like Rob Fletcher there is in P7. Tristan Koch in P8. Shannon Wright, P9. Phil Connor, P10. Norman Clark currently coming around the final end of the lap. Interesting to see where this puts Norman in the championship points. He was on for a P3 in the championship. I think he might have consolidated that tonight considering who joined, but great job by Norman to just keep circulating. And Sean King there is going to follow him behind in P12. Skilton and Blackburn obviously disconnected early with a few issues. So, Peter, there we go. Round 12 of the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series done and dusted, and we've crowned our new champion.
Yeah, massive congratulations to Micklemore too. And our EP is just going to go to a replay. But also one thing as well we could probably catch is our championship leader. He was just ripping some skids. But here's what happened. We were talking about just before we went to checker. This is what happened to Jake Martin when we were on board with Sammy K. So just runs a little bit wide there, and they don't like those driver's side or the right-hand side of the car. Well, it's a big lose down in that little bit of a spoon drain there. But you're on board with Sammy K. Well, we were on board with Sammy K, and he noticed that something happened behind him. So there you go. That's what happened. Just a little bit of a lose there. But Sammy K got home with 2 laps. It'll be interesting to see if Micklemore had less or more. But Micklemore, that's championship sewn up. He'd be stoked.
Yeah, definitely would be. What a race. Like, it was a long race, but top 3, Sam Katakuzanos, Josh Micklemore, Jason Martin, Justin Witcher, P4, Ruben Phelps, P5, Jamie Nankervis, P6. But while we do that, we're just going to move the top 3 drivers up into the booth at the moment, and we'll also bring another driver up there. But first of all, what a race, gentlemen. Great race, something different, absolute different setup, and that's my bad, so I do apologize with that. But first of all, we're going to go and have a chat with Jason Martin. Jason, late entry into the race, started at the back, and without that little incident at the end, I don't know whether he had anything for Sam at the front, but great drive all the less.
Oh, thanks, mate. That little car's not too bad fun, but yeah, I thought the race started a bit later than it did, so I thought I had more time to join, but I joined way too late and didn't even get to do a lap of practice.
Yeah, sorry about that, mate. We only did 30 minutes practice. The reason we did that is we thought we were going to do the double race because you guys have always said you want more racing. We were going to do reverse grid and etc. But iRacing, for some reason, did not want us to do that because of a patch update. So anyway, nonetheless, mate, great drive into P3 there, and obviously shown to clean a set of heels, and great driving as always, as you always do in anything you drive.
Until the last lap when I ran a bit wide and got in the dirt and spun.
No, that's all right, mate. We all make mistakes. It's all good. At the end of the day, what I thought was interesting is up in the booth, we saw Josh and Sam didn't pit, and you did pit, and it helped you. And we were thinking, oh, maybe you were going to have the outright pace because they were definitely fuel saving, and you made the move on Josh there. And Josh was racing for a championship, and we thought we were going to have something for Sam, but obviously that didn't eventuate with that little bit of a mistake. But nonetheless, mate, great driving, and great to see you back in the series because you had a great start to the series from starting round 1, winning the race by 0.0010 out of over Ed Foster to now being at round 12. Interesting to see where these points are going to round up for you, mate. But great driving, and thank you for joining.
Yeah, cheers. Wish I could have made more races, and yeah, maybe if I pitted lap 14, 15, I might have got real close to Sam at the end, but I thought I might be able to make it to the end on fuel, so I left it a bit too late to pit, I think.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, definitely. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but like I said, great racing, mate. You're always strong in everything you do. As I said, we race against you a lot and stuff, so you're great in everything you do and a gentleman to boot. So, yeah, great driving. But Peter, before we let Jason go, anything you want to have a chat to him about?
Oh, you covered that nicely, Aidan. But yeah, good drive, mate. Did you think you could have made it home um, like the two in front of you did, or mate, or were you dead set that you were going to run out, or they were going to run out?
Yeah, about lap 15, I noticed I was probably half a lap short of making it, and I
Yeah,
had no idea if I could fuel save in this car or not. So I thought, yeah, better pit and just make sure I make it to the end.
yep. So you really needed a early call to get that one, and you're seeing well, it pulled off for them. But mate, great drive, and congratulations on your P3.
Yep, cheers, mate.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Martin. But Jason, before we let you go, anyone you want to have a shout out to, any sponsors, anyone you want to have a thank for tonight?
Got to thank BK Designs, the boys at Mitch Motorsports, and of course Into Sim Esports Network for putting on this good fun series. I've had a blast in the races I made.
No worries, mate. We really appreciate bringing that to you, and hopefully we can bring some more content to you guys a little bit later. So thank you so much for joining, mate. We really appreciate the caliber of drivers that have jumped into this series. But Peter, we might quickly move on to, and we're going to move straight to the winner, Sam Katakuzanos, because we've got something a little bit special for someone else later. So Sam Katakuzanos, a winner and the 4-time winner of the Intersim Esports Network Switch Up Series, mate. Fuel Save King around Phillip Island.
Yeah, I was so worried that I wasn't going to make it when you guys jumped in and decided to have a chat with me while I was racing. But yeah, as we found out, I saved too much, so that's all right. Still had a good gap, and I was happy I didn't throw it away climbing off a course or doing something silly with me tires and whatnot. Held it together. The start was good. I think the pack behind me started fighting early, and that helped me get a bit of a break. And yeah, I decided I don't want to pit. I want to see if I can make it and start fuel saving from lap 2. And yeah, it worked out all right. I'm happy with that.
And Peter, have a chat to Sam before we move on. And obviously, we're not going to take away from the spoils of Sam tonight. But what is it about Sam and these road courses? He's 4-time winner this series, and we've had 12 rounds. He's just next level when it comes to this. So, Peter, jump on, ask him anything you want, and tell him the secret because I want it.
Oh, well, a driver never gives away his secret, even if he's going to tell you something. It's not going to be all of it. But Sammy K, you know where you're comfortable, and that's where you stick to, and that's road. And especially, I know yourself, mate, that you've done plenty of laps in this car around here. So it showed tonight. The fuel was touch and go, but congratulations on the last round win, mate. So that no one can take that off you. But very good series, and well, 4 times. Doing this post race interviews, mate. So good series and good win.
Thank you. It's true. I have been around here in this car, but not with this setup. Guys, what did you do to us?
That's my fault. I'm sorry.
So switch up series.
I went switch up. That's definitely right.
Or is it switch up or stitch up? Because no, that's my fault. But Sam,
my first attempt turning around turn 1, I'm like, what the hell is happening here? Like, then found out you snuck in a secret setup, so
no,
we had to deal with
it was more of incompetence from my behalf. But that's all right. It was the same for everyone.
Exactly.
But it looks like you might have a trophy coming your way, mate. We'll have to finalise those championship points, but the way that the points happened tonight, it looks like you might have a trophy coming your way either way. So we'll see how that goes. But, mate, before we let you go and move on to not the man of the moment, because you're the man of the moment of the winner of round 12 of the Intersim Esports Network Switch Up Series. But, mate, anyone you want to thank, any shout outs you want to do round 12? Do you want to see us put on another series? Anything you want to say before we let you go?
Yeah. First of all, inaugural season, loved it. Wasn't able to attend every session every Friday night. But I tried, and yeah, it was a good mix of oval, dirt, road. I know where I'm good and not so great. So yes, I think this is a great series, and hope season 2 comes along and more after that. Um, Thanks to you guys for organising this. Thanks to the sponsors for making this happen. Thanks to the drivers for showing up and making this an active series. And I'd like to thank my team, Team Bushfink Racing, and a special thanks to a group or a league called Legends at the Island, who race these cars a lot here and some other tracks, and they have a lot of fun on Saturday night. And yeah, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have as much seat time as I do in this car. This wasn't a car I was particularly good at, but like most people say, you just need more practice, and yeah, you get better at it. And I'm happy with that. So thanks to everyone that I mentioned for helping me and making this series happen. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, exactly right, Sam, and thank you. And you're exactly right. Seat time is key. Laps is key. So there we go. There's the winner around 12 of the Indosim Esports Network Switch Up Series, Sam Katakouzanos. So thank you so much, Sam, and well done on your P1. But before we got one more person to talk to before we move to the man of the moment, Ruben Phelps, P2 in practice. Nowhere in the race, but you just kept moving yourself up there into about P5, mate. How'd that race go down for you?
P5 after the first lap was not exactly, or I should say, it wasn't exactly a chance to get back up there, but I did. So, but just, oh yeah, I can see my nice happy turnaround.
Yeah, it's a good race, mate. You consistent up until this part, but no, you
Yeah.
didn't have the easiest race, but you still brought home a position, and well
Minding
deserved.
my own
Here we
business,
go.
minding
Oh,
my own business, and take you out.
Yeah, nearly ended up
murdered.
on your lid. But anyway, mate, just wanted to bring you up quickly, just to say, great race. You made yourself available to do the lap around the circuit through practice. Also through the race, you made yourself available as well. So we just wanted to bring you up and give you a little bit of kudos and say thank you and give you a bit of airtime. So we do thank you for that, and a great drive, and good job being able to climb yourself up into P5, mate.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty good race, nice clean race until obviously lap one as you expect. But other than that, nah, pretty clean race. Sam did a really good job with the fuel saving, and as he always is, he's a very strong road racer. So it's very hard to even keep up with, let alone beat. So it's definitely got to do. But Josh definitely showing up every week and being strong like he always is. He definitely deserves the championship as well. So it was a good series to bring up and bring on some more racing when we get to it.
No worries, mate. Well, quickly before we get to Josh, as we're leaving the lucky last for the end, mate, we'll give you a chance to have a shout out to your sponsors, anything you want to have a shout out to and say before we let you go for round 12 of the Indosim Esports Network Switch Up Series.
I'm sure I said it before, she's still even watching, but hello, Mum. I'm sure you're probably about to go sleep, so night-night. But I've got to thank Aiden for good teammate and bringing a great series of all mixture to the table of Intersim Switch Up series. It was definitely had fun while I was there for, I think I missed maybe 3 rounds, but now I've had fun. Hopefully there's something more to come soon, so be interesting to see what series comes up next. But yeah, it's all in Aiden for being a good teammate in general, and the commentary booth and Paul for the camera work and everybody was a part of it that participated. So we can never do anything when we don't have them. So thank you.
No worries, Ruben. Thank you, and thank you for being a part of it. But Peter, now we bring up the man of the moment. We don't need to take away from from Sam Katakuzanos, but Josh Micklemore, mate. I haven't done the points, but I can guarantee you are the winner of the inaugural Intersim Esports Network Switch Up series.
Bloody oath. It's bloody awesome. Bloody wicked series, and yeah, it's good racing.
Mate, great job. You show up every week. I'm actually, from knowing you from racing through other things and talking in general, I'm actually really excited to be able to put that trophy in the box and send it to you, mate. So, yeah, it was a great job for you. This series drove amazing. You drive amazing and everything. I was actually spewing I couldn't drive this series because I was commentating it, but not to say I was going to beat you. But mate, great job. You showed up every week and you're solid in every different discipline. So yeah, great job, mate, and thanks for being a part of it.
Yeah, cheers, man. It was a bit of an up and down season for me. The rounds I thought I was going to do sort of did pretty poorly with damage or wrecks or whatever, apart from Talladega, I think it was, finished second. But yeah, but then also, there was other rounds in the IndyCar and a few other road rounds actually, and dirt rounds as well that did surprisingly better than I thought I was going to. So yeah, like you said, it's a switch up series, so we got to jump in something different every week. But yeah, it was an awesome series though. Like, I don't know any other series that sort of does this, to be honest with you, and just to see what you like and all the different disciplines and race against these other guys and see how good they are against other disciplines and stuff. Yeah, it's really, really good. Really good.
Well, mate, you're the inaugural winner of the Intersim Esports Network Switch Up series, and you've got a big cup coming your way, mate. So can't wait to send that to you. And Peter, anything you want to say to Josh? Let him get in the spoils and get amongst it. He is the championship winner.
He definitely is, mate. Before I get to the congratulations, we heard Sammy K and yourself. You're definitely in that race with the fuel saving. Sammy come home with enough to do 2 more laps. How much did you have left, mate? We're all eager to know.
Yeah, I had 1.2 left of laps left, so just over a lap extra.
So yeah, not as tight as you thought, but yeah. So you done well. There was only 2 people to come home tonight, and that didn't need a pit, and you called it well. But congratulations on that win, firstly, and for the championship, mate. It's been it's good to watch and good to call your races. It's been yeah, it's been awesome. So take that one, and yeah, no one can take that one off you. Number 1 for the next season.
Yeah, it was pretty tough coming into like last week. We were double points in the Mazda, and I haven't drove that car for like 4 odd years. And then tonight we're back at another road track. I'm like, oh, we'll see how we go. We'll do the best we can, and sort of just went all out in qualifying, and then just went from there. So yeah, big congrats to Sam though on the win tonight. Yeah, he did a stellar job out the front, killed it. So, but nah, bloody good race though.
A good job to you too, Josh. I mean, I think it was just you and I that were the only ones that didn't pit, and we both finished on the podium. So really, really well done, and congrats on the season as well.
Yeah, cheers, Sam. Cheers, buddy.
Yeah, no worries, ladies and gentlemen. So there we go. We've got Sam. We've got Joshy as well. Our inaugural championship winner of the Intersim Esports Network Switch Up Series. Josh will be in contact with you after this in regards to sending trophies and all that type of stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, Paul is in here at the moment, and I hope his mic is unmuted. He's been in the background for 12 weeks. It's actually been 13 weeks because we missed one because of an iRacing stuff up. But, mate, from me in the broadcast booth, I need to give you a big shout out and say thank you for everything you have done from a broadcast perspective here on the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up series. And mate, jump in. You can thank people. You can have a chat and be a little bit of the limelight. Have a chat to the drivers before we let them go.
Hang on, there we go. Thanks for that, Aidan. So yeah, obviously, you know, you and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all the drivers. So you know, I have to give each and every driver that's come out for the 12 weeks a big thank you for coming to race with us. And yeah, it's been a bit of a learning curve along the way, obviously, with us starting up a series and a broadcast network as well, doing it all in one. So has had some moments at some times, and obviously a big thank you to Prue for the social stuff that she's been doing in the background, and also Peter, you know, coming along to help out with the commentating as well. And I think we had Bill Hickey in here once or twice as well. So, you know, without everyone and their support, you know, it wouldn't be anything without everyone. So.
Yeah, I'll just jump in here first. Sorry, Aidan. Yeah, mate, it's been good to call races having you in our ears. Aidan can probably agree. You sometimes we're calling the race and it's hard to keep a straight face because you've said something because you're cheeky and your mic doesn't come through. So you throw us a bit of a curveball, but it's been a lot of fun, mate. So yeah, it was great.
I just got to keep you both on your toes. So.
That's not hard for me, mate. 1 + 1 = window. But yeah, no, great job, mate. And thank you so much for being a part of it. And we got a lot of good things to come here on the InterSim Esports Network. So can't wait for that, and also supporting Peter in his endeavours as well, helping us. But again, I got to say, Josh Mickelmore, big congratulations, mate. Inaugural winner of the InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series. We're not sure how P2 and P3 is going to play out until we do the points, but we can guarantee you are the winner, and you will be getting the inaugural InterSim Esports Network Switch Up Series Cup.
No worries. Cheers, guys. I really do appreciate it. Was there still a teams championship as well?
We got rid of the teams championship after round 1 because no one dedicated what team they wanted to be in.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's all there on Discord, man. You can go have a look at it.
Yeah, that's right. I just wasn't sure.
If we did, you probably would have got that trophy too. But no, we just did individuals after round 1. No one would determine which, like, especially with the teams that had like 4 or 5 drivers, they wouldn't segregate. But anyway, you are the inaugural winner, mate. So congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you in the next series.
No worries. Cheers, guys. Yeah, just like to congrat all of you guys for putting on this whole event, the whole InterSim Esports Network. Yeah, bloody awesome go for your first time as well, with the stream and the league and everything. Really good job. Yeah, also I'd like to thank BK Designs for jumping on board the team this year. Boys at Mitch Motorsports, Rob as well, running the series with us. Good racing with you, Rob and Jace. And obviously Sam and whoever finished third in the championship. Might have been Ruben, or was it? I'm not sure. But and also
I think it might actually be Norman Clark, mate.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm not sure yet, but we'll find out.
And yeah, and the series sponsors as well: TP Graphics, Mayhem 4x4 Mechanical, PJ TV, Virtual Motorsport Mentor, Vision Simages, Locked On Racing, Voodoo Vinyl and Science for the trophies, and a Bruzy Racewear as well. And also the pit crew, my pit crew on the sidelines, Baxter, Mum and Dad for supporting me watching as well.
What pit crew? You didn't need to pit.
We know Trev's always there in the background supporting you, mate. He supports my stream and he supports you too, racing. And he's even said he gets more nervous with you racing iRacing than he did you in the real life and the Formula 500s, etc. So, yeah, no, great job, mate. Like I said, inaugural winner of the Indosim Esports Network Switch Up Series. But, mate, we might let you go at the moment so we can just finish up this stream. But, Peter, there we go. Round 12. We've heard from Sam Catacouzenos, Josh Mickelmore, Jason Martin, Ruben Phelps, Paul Jackson, as much as we didn't want him. No, joking. But Paul Jackson, the founder in the Sim Esports Network, with myself and you, mate, jumping on every week. What a great night racing at round 12 and the final round of the inaugural Sim Esports Network Switch Up Series as we're about to close out.
Yeah, just on last thing on this race is it was exciting. You had your battles all throughout, your 2, 3, 4 car battles, right throughout the field. I think there was about 14 drivers on the field, and there was battles. It kept us on our toes right to the end because we didn't know them guys. Only 2 of them to get away with not doing a stop. So that race was good, and all the other ones were just as entertaining as well. It didn't matter whether we were at an oval, a dirt oval for sprint cars or stuff like that, or street stocks. I think we done as well, or the cup cars at Talladega. So it threw up curveballs every week, but yeah, it kept everyone on the toes, especially us. It takes different style of commentary for different sort of motorsports I've found, but for your first time throwing it on, mate, you've done a top job. I couldn't run a league and do broadcasting, so you've done it without a hitch. It was great work, and yeah, onwards and upwards, I suppose.
Thank you so much, Peter. Those are very kind words, and we thank you so much. But we will have to leave you with it here, viewers, from Paul, myself, Peter, Prue, and everyone involved on the Indosim Esports Network Switch Up Series. That's round 12 of the Indosim Esports Network Switch Up Series. Done and dusted, and we've crowned our first inaugural champion, Josh Mickelmore. He is the winner of the inaugural series. So without I don't even know what I'm saying there. I'm too excited. We've crowned a first champion, but we'll wrap up the broadcast at the moment. So thank you for everyone tuning in on Facebook, everywhere around the world, YouTube, Twitch, everywhere. From myself, Paul, Prue, Peter, everyone tuning in. Thank you, and we wish you adieu, and we look forward to seeing you on the next installment of the Indosim Esports Network Switch Up Series right here on the Indosim Esports Network.